Hello, everyone. Welcome to Movie Talk. We talk football, and congratulations, Chelsea.
Oh my God.
Ah, okay, that was a very good. In fact, I don't know what to say. Chelsea Football Club. That was a brilliant performance. I was happy about the performance, but I was also angry. You know why? I was like, so you mean you know how to switch it up, or you choose not to switch it up? This team, I see a lot of YouTube content creators say it, Chelsea fans. They say that this team is good enough. We won the Club World Cup, for God's sakes. We are good enough. The problem is we don't switch it up when we have to switch it up. We basically just disrespect some teams, even though we shouldn't have dropped certain points that we've dropped. Anyway, I digress. Beautiful performance, Chelsea. Chelsea Football Club, that was a brilliant performance. Start to finish. The first half starts, and I'm looking at the game and I'm like, okay, with my smile getting bigger and bigger each minute that goes by. And I really appreciate the work of Caicedo. Caicedo, you know, we tend to not talk about him a lot because he's made it he's been consistently good. That's how good he is, and that's why it looks like as if he's just, a lot of people are just ignoring what he's doing, but he's consistently good, and my man just will not stop scoring bangers. Caicedo's goals are basically bangers. Anytime Caicedo scores, just know it's a banger. It's a banger. Caicedo has scored another banger, guys, against Liverpool. Once again, my goodness, this guy. I'm excited. I should have released the video a little earlier, but today was my brother's birthday, so I had to go out and have a good time. So, game goes on, and we are basically pressing the living daylights out of Liverpool. Yes, they were having a few chances, especially at the beginning. It was more of a bish bash bosh. That's 50-50, hit me, I hit you, hit me here, I hit you. But as the game grew, we became stronger and stronger and stronger, and you could see it. In the midfield, we were just too strong. And now I see what Don Hossam, shout out Don Hossam, Liverpool fan, what he was saying about Liverpool. We are just one pass away from being exposed. And that was basically what happened. One pass, we're through. One pass, we're through. It's like there's this big hole in their defensive midfield. So we were just all over the place. We were all over them, not all over the place. We were all over them. And for the opening goal, brilliant movement from Caicedo. Brilliant movement. And when the ball opened up, I think it was Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto was on the side calling for the ball, but him calling for the ball distracted Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk saw that there was an opening for Pedro Neto, and all Caicedo needed to do was just pass the ball to Pedro Neto, and Pedro Neto would have been through on goal. But he sees that's Van Dijk, and he goes after Pedro Neto, leaving this big hole space for Caicedo with the ball. My man with the audacious audacity outside the 18-yard box whips the ball in, top bins. Keeper gets a hand up to it, but the ball was so good, so hot, that it just went right through, and we were one goal up. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Not only are we playing well, we're scoring bangers against Liverpool. I was so excited. And we kept on playing. Shout out to Benoit Badeshile. He played out of his skin. fair play. The thing was that when he first came to Chelsea, he was good. But after that injury, I think he came back and he was inconsistent and just started dropping stinkers after stinker. And a lot of people just stopped talking about him. But Badiashile, my goodness, what a performance. And my man, the workhorse, Pedro Neto. That guy played so well. And I have to say, shout out to Garnacho. Cucurella, take nothing away from Cucurella. That left wing was superb, especially in the first half. Garnacho did his job. And I have to admit, Cucurella behind him was a good backup for him. Beautiful on the left. Beautiful. Pedro Neto did well on the right, but Malo Gusto, man. Malo Gusto. He was alright, but it wasn't great. And I think that's where you could see it kind of made, to an extent, made Pedro Neto walk a little more, because he had to do a lot of track backing, a lot more compared to Garnacho on the left, because he has a solid man behind him in the person of Marco Cucurella. So we kept on playing well, and there was this chance that Garnacho had. My goodness, I didn't know how close it was until I saw the replay. This guy hit the post. It was an open. There was a crossing. I think it was from I don't remember. I think it was Pedro Neto, and he just whips the ball in, and he hits the post, and I'm like, oh my god, so close, so close. Anyway, the same Garnacho again from the left. He peppered Bradley. Oh my goodness! At some point, I was just feeling sorry for Bradley. He peppered Bradley, but there was this instance where there was a penalty call for Garnacho being brought down in the Liverpool 18. But in the moment I looked at it and I was like, nah, it's not a pen, it's a dive. Come on, guys, it's a dive. Yes, there was intent to kind of like push him, but that contact was too little to bring him down. And on top of that, he even fell the wrong way. You're pushing someone this way, you're falling. Anyway, shout out to Anthony Taylor. I feel his officiating was decent. It was decent, and he caught that immediately. And the first half finishes, and we were on a high. I was really hoping that we would score another one before the first half was over, to give us some breathing room so we can have time to just bop the ball around, But that wasn't the case. The second half began, and we kind of grew back into what we were in the first half, because we didn't actually particularly start with that same force, but we grew into it. And Maresca made no changes. Shout out to Achimpong. Achimpong also did well in the second half, in the entirety of his gameplay. But in the second half, Maresca makes no change, and we continue. We start pressing them, and it's all over again. Mo Salah had some chances, yes, but my goodness, Marco Cucurella put the man in his pocket. He put him in his pocket. But the game, the game was okay for Liverpool, especially in that part in the second half when Mo Salah made that. When you're a football fan, even me, I couldn't help it. I was just looking at the games. Sometimes some passes Liverpool made, and you could just see class. I admired the class in that, especially the one that Mo Salah gave for the header for Isak that went over the bar. That was it. It had Modric all over it. It just reminded me of that Modric pass to, I think, Vinicius Jr. that scored against Chelsea in the Champions League. It was a beautiful pass. Beautiful. But shout out to Sanchez. Sanchez had a decent game. Very decent. But I think that also the kudos also goes to the defense. The defense was spot on. Reece James, man, he played his role. He played his role so well. And in fact, the entire team. Unfortunately, we had a lot of chances and we just kept on missing those chances. Chance after chance after chance. And I have to say, it hurts me to say because he had a brilliant start to his Chelsea career. But João Pedro, man, I don't know. He looks fatigued. And I'm thinking, mate, you had more rest than the entire squad because you came to Chelsea. I think when we were playing the quarterfinal or semi-final, I think. Oh, no, quarterfinal. Yeah. We had already gone a little further in the Club World Cup, so I feel maybe you should still have a little more in the tank. But you're playing like as if you started the Club World Cup with us. I don't know. Maybe some may argue and say maybe because we don't have a creative midfield that can connect with him and bring out the Pedro Neto that we've been seeing in the recent past. But I don't know, man. He just flat. Yes, I admit he goes back deep into the midfield and he puts up a clinic. He puts up good numbers in the midfield. But you're an attacker, you know. Anyway. Liverpool, brilliant assist from Isak. Ball goes in, and it's almost like as if we were caught napping. These moments of we just dozed off defensively, and Liverpool took advantage of it. Brilliant assist, and whips in a Liverpool player into the net, 1-1. And I'm like, here we go again, because I actually did predict a draw, and I predicted a draw. Anyway, the game was even Stevens, and I'm like, don't tell me that we played so good and we're actually going to still drop points, because I looked at the game and I'm like, we were playing so well, we don't deserve to drop points. I admit it's the Premier League champions, but come on, they've not been in good form recently. Anyway, we kept on playing and playing and playing. Benoit Badiashile goes down, injury. Maresca has to make a sub. And before we know what's going on, Achipong goes down. Reece James had to go to centre back. We were literally playing without a proper centre back. But we still managed to defend well. Hato comes in, puts on a job, a good work. I was scared, I admit. Garnacho comes off. Gittins comes in. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. Another headless day. But to my surprise, Gittins actually did play well. Estevao comes in. Estevao. That guy is class. Estevao Williams, you are class. Good God, look at those passes. And yeah, I admit some of the passes were a little bit heavy, and that's why I just couldn't meet, or he was overhit, and he couldn't just connect with his teammates. But the guy is class. And Gittins, Gittins. Jamie Gittins, there was this shot that I didn't expect. Shout out to the Liverpool goalkeeper. That was a bullet. Stopped, and it was just attack after attack. Even Enzo Fernandez, his header goes on to hit the post. And I'm like, my goodness, we are playing so good. We don't deserve to even draw. And a dying minute, I'm like, we don't deserve to draw. And before you know what's going on, there was this beautiful cross. I think it was from Cucurella. He just crosses the ball in, and I don't even, words can't describe it, because this was the 96th minute, the dying minute of the game. And I'm like, Estevao Williams, you beautiful person. Hits the ball in, and the whole stadium erupts. I'm seeing Enzo Maresca racing down to celebrate as if he was one of the players. And it was crazy scenes. And I was jumping up and down. My brother was just excited. And 2-1. And there wasn't really much to play for again. And I was so happy. Yes, it's a win. We go, I think, to 6th. But it's not just the win. It's who we're performing against, how we're performing, And the fact that there is going to be an international break, I'm like, come on, don't tell me we're going to take this international break off this draw. I needed a win, not after that performance. And I'm so excited. I'm happy. We got the job done. Fair play. I just pray, like we did against Fulham last season, I just pray that this could kickstart. It's just sad that this international break has come to interfere with this thing. It's like we just pick form and the international break just comes. I pray that they come back. No injuries, fingers crossed, touch wood. I just pray that they come back fit and the momentum is still there. Anyway, that's all for me right now. That's all I have to say. I'm excited. I'm glad. Beautiful performance. It gives me hope, and it also makes me angry with Chelsea because now you've shown me once again that you know how to switch it up, or sometimes you just choose not to. Anyway, please guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you guys in another one. Take care. God bless.